this map, I feel like, is almost an afterthought in 2025, but there was a point in the Hunter Call of the Wild's history where Medved-Taiga was the place to come for trophies. It was the best map for diamonds and rares, so harkening back to those times, I thought we'd come out here to Medved multiplayer with a loadout of only base game weapons. So we've got the 7mm break action, we've got the 270 Stradivarius, the 223, and the 12 gauge pump, and we're gonna see if with this loadout we can find a trophy like back in the old days. Now I will say straight away here, Medved is so much different now than it used to be. I mean, you would just never see musk deer in like huge herds like this, especially not in the areas we'll get them. When we go and visit this lake in a second, there's probably gonna be more musk deer just drinking there than you would find on a typical hunt back in, say, 2018. But I'm actually really looking forward to this every now and then. I just kind of remember back to those times where this was the map you would go to and run around in multiplayer for hours on end, just looking for something cool. And of course, I brought the 7mm break action because of the diamond albino moose we killed all those years ago. That was the gun that we used. And hey, if it brings us any luck, that would be, you know, just a nice bonus to our trip down memory lane today. So, nice high bleed rate on our musk deer. That was a 152 silver, even with a promising estimate. And we shall head straight down here, probably to the best musk deer lake on the map. And so, it begins. Trying to go through every last musk deer on this lake and find out if any are actually decent is a bit of a task. That's a good estimate up to 241, so maybe we'll take that one. We gotta go that way anyway. And most of the musk deer that we can see are already ones we're going to be able to spot as they run along. Typically, they just run across the lake. So anything that's spooked over on this side, we can get a quick look at that. Another good estimate, but no max estimate males just yet for weight. And there are just so many musk deer all along here. But I don't see any that are actually decent. A bunch of pretty average ones. And beyond that, nothing really to worry about. So that's probably a max weight female. It's a level 2, 14 to 17 kilo. Hang on, let's grab this one, and we'll go and find out. So we should have a gold. Nice tusks on that. 193 for him, so at least moving in the right direction. Now let's go and take a quick look. So obviously 17 kilo is the max, and unlike some other species, max weight female musk deer are just the same weight as max weight males. They can get to the 17 kilo maximum as well. So that's close to 300 meters. 223 should be able to pull that off. I'm gonna say that'll be fine. And we'll go and see. I know when they're level 2 they have to be high weight. Not guaranteed to be max, but pretty decent chance. So let's see. Level 2 female musk deer, 17.00 kilograms. That is literally the max. And if we could get a male to weigh that, we'd be in great shape. That would be potentially a max score diamond. But right long shot, and I guess that's maybe a good sign. Lots of other good spots for musk deer around here. This little hidden lake is also quite good. And they drink for another hour and a half in game, so we'll continue to check some of those hot spots. Well, I learned something. This lake here is also really good for musk deer. Oddly enough, though, I don't see a male. I mean, there's a ton of female musk deer here. Is this lake up here kind of along this path? And I really like to go up through here. It's a good spot for feed zones. But, so far, not finding a lot of anything, and frankly, I'm not sure there's anything to actually take out of this lake either. I mean, we can shoot a female musk deer, I guess, because this is the end of their drink time. Might as well get something for our troubles. That's really weird. I wonder how consistent that is. Like, across other servers, would we find the same thing? Mostly females drinking at this lake. Suppose that's a question for another day, because obviously just a 0 score, not max weight female musk deer this time. And moose are going to start to drink, so we will do some moose hunting, but I really want to get after reindeer, boar, wolves, maybe just stuff that we might stumble into not necessarily hunting drink zones, so we'll sort of take the scenic route, and if we end up by a lake, we'll go for whatever's there too. Well, that's got potential to be interesting. A max estimate brown bear track, and obviously this time of day they're just going to be resting somewhere, so hopefully this doesn't become... Was that a bear? Hopefully this doesn't become too big of a pain. I wonder if that was it running off. I'm gonna guess that's him. The boar running in front of us, by the way, that's what actually took off when we were getting the track. What a horrible spot to be in. That is like the thickest brush. Assuming he's right up there in front of us, though, if we just take our time, we should be able to get eyes on him. Well, there's a female one. That is going to get awfully close to going aggressive. If they spook around like the 8-meter mark, they'll just attack you. And I think we're going to get away with it. I almost want to show you that that's the way it works. So maybe we'll just... Okay, so she's alert. Yeah, she's going to go aggressive now. Ow. I don't even think we hit it. So the thing is with the 7mm, we can't just get a quick follow-up when they do that. And inevitably that big one that we're tracking is just out of there, but she's going down, so we'll get that. And we have a lengthier track to go on now. At least for the female, though, she didn't go that far. There's the tracks of the max weight estimate. That's just now, so that should be where he's fleeing. We hit intestines, and then that might be why she went down so fast. There's a lumbar spinal cord in there at the 2-point text size that we have from hitting all that stuff. That's a cinnamon fur female. Now, the question is, especially since we were auto-running, where did he go through here? And how far away did he get? I'm kind of surprised we couldn't see him just tracking the female. Okay, finally, we have eyes on it. That might be the lowest score estimate mythical I've seen, 24 to 26. I mean, he's going to have to score in the 26 range. Can we, since he turned, get some kind of hit? Because, oh, I think we got a lung. I really don't want to track him anymore. Like, knowing he's not a legendary. Where are we? Oh, we're going right back down where we started, actually. So that's a little unfortunate, but at least we got him, and I think we got him good. So either way, bear number 2 down, both cinnamon. This guy we hit intestine, liver, and right lung. Just get that perfect spot where you can manage to do that. And he was 26.42, still 400 plus kilo. Not a bad bear. Really weird how he looks in that run animation, like the shoulders are sticking way up. But anyway, we are now kind of just directly east of the big lake here, so we might as well go give that a look. What? We've been here for an hour, what the heck, man? Okay. So take 2, I guess. This server's like the very end of brown bear drink time, and since we just shot that one, same lake as the musk deer, there are literally a ton of them around here. And since this is going to be the only spot we managed to check, it's already basically 8 a.m., figured this would be the best place to go. So I don't see anything amazing at first glance here. But yeah, twice in a row now, checking one of the best hotspots on the map, different species obviously, and obviously different servers at this point. Nothing really special at either of those. So let's go back to the 7mm. If we can get this guy to maybe stand up, that would be great. Just taking his time, but I think he's going to. Or not, but hard shots work. And so obviously bears still do this thing where they're fleeing, they just crouch till you get close. But anyway, with this guy who is a 24 scoring gold, I think we're going to go right back to what we were doing. So obviously musk deer start the drink. I imagine we'll swing by some of these places again just in case. But I want to continue on our prior goal of just sort of hunting the non-drink zones. So finally, we've got an opportunity at a male reindeer, a decent level 4. But I actually came back here to this lake where we had all the female musk deer, and we can definitely get some male spawning here. So it's not like an area that only females spawn or anything. And I was kind of curious about that, so killing 2 birds with 1 stone here. We can use the 7mm, but reindeer are the reason I brought the 270 Stradivarius. So we're going to aim a little high. We're going to have to track for quite some time, but that should bring down a maybe gold. I think he's actually going to fall just shy. But finally the first one of the hunt after about an hour and a half. So I would say that left antler there is going to be our issue. He is a silver, 300 flat actually. About 11 shy of being a gold. Got him left lung, and just out of curiosity, 25% quick kill. So 270 is not a great reindeer gun, but just wanted to bring that back. I remember doing a Medved hunt specifically with the Stradivarius, gotta be like 7 years ago, and it's one of those things bringing back memories. I like to bring those weapons to these maps every now and again. Am I crazy, or is that a PIEBALD Lynx? I can't quite tell, and we don't have a 22 to do like a 22 strat here, so we're gonna have to like just get a little closer and go for this. 223. So we really need like a good solid hit. I think that is a PIEBALD, and I think we got it. We have just been running around for forever. Disconnects have become an issue here. So we ended up in this server, this musk deer drink time, and we're just going all the way up this frozen creek. There's a million musk deer zones down here, and it would be a non-musk deer. We've gone to, you know, starting at the very beginning of this hunt, we've gotten to so many zones spotted. I mean, it feels like hundreds of these things. Nothing interesting. I think, though, we just killed a rare lynx. That looks piebald to me. And sure enough, it is not too obvious. It's the shoulder stripe that makes it the most clear. You can see, like, lighter bits of white versus the almost, like, off-white color of the rest of the body. This is the only place that I know to look for it. A nice silver 18.64 piebald female lynx. And it's with the OG 223, customized a little bit to fit kind of with the theme today, heading out to Medved-Taiga. And it finally ends up taking down a cool rare, and honestly, I think at this point, we're going to take that back to our trophy lodge and find a spot for it. And as we've redone this second lodge, and really we redid it for the trophy lodge tour at the end of 2024, one of the things that we've started adding more of are predators on the wall. But the cool thing is, lynx you don't have to do like just the shoulder mount, you can do like the alligators, where they're kind of halfway sticking out of the wall. So looking for a spot to maybe do that? Maybe, because there's a diamond lynx. I hate to take down the leucistic black buck, but maybe we do the piebald lynx opposite it and move the black buck somewhere else. But let's do something like that, because it still does show, like I mentioned, the most prominent part of the piebald coat, that really white stripe on the shoulder. And now opposite a diamond lynx right there over the doorway. I think that looks pretty good. And man, that was a long time out on Medved. Unfortunately, we weren't able to really stumble into like a bunch of cool stuff, but just sticking with it, dealing with some disconnects, and finally ending up with a really cool rare with that piebald lynx. I'm trying to think back, I don't know that we've ever killed a rare lynx on Medved. Maybe one that I'm forgetting, but they've pretty much been on like Reventuli Coast, and for the most part, we've just had diamonds on Medved here and there. That is honestly pretty cool to think about. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video, so as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.